students in November identify other students that would benefit from something, and then the leadership class works to try and secure those things.
I think everyone I've talked about it since freshman year has thought it's a really cool program, people outside of leadership class, and they think it's just a cool concept, and it kind of amazes us that our school, a 1A school, can do so much.
We had, when I first started, we had very little emphasis on the leadership involvement. The idea came from a leadership conference, and they took the idea and modified it because we were getting close to the holidays.
A couple of our students went to a whole leadership camp and so forth, and that's actually where they heard something really similar to it, and it was called Wish Week.
The sentiment was that there's a lot going on with needs here in our own school, and so the class came up with the idea of trying to put something together to help our students.
We get every student during part of their class, we'll give them a slip that says, is there anyone you'd like to make a wish for? And then you write the wish.
When it comes to most of the wishes, they're almost done completely anonymously. And so the only people that know who's getting what exactly would be our leadership teacher, Mr. Ames, and some of the faculty.
The wishes that we received that first year evidenced a far greater need than I think we were prepared for. That in looking at some of those early wishes, it was for grocery money for kids' families that were homeless, and for basic school supplies and new wardrobes and new shoes and things like that. That wasn't what we had initially intended.
Just little ones or not even little ones, people I've known get shoes for basketball who couldn't afford them, get their driver's ed paid for. People have gotten computers for the whole family because they don't have any way of typing up essays at home.
And we kind of looked around and said, can we do that? And just the other night we had a family that donated $1,000, and so there's been scrambling to try and match that gift with needs that our students have been identified for.
Because the wishes all come from students for other students, and it's handled anonymously.
I mean, you don't know who made that wish for you, so you're always kind of thinking, oh man, who made that for me?
It's given kids the opportunity to think and act with empathy. We went out into the community after that and said, we've got some very specific needs here that we've identified at school that aren't going to be addressed probably for some of these kids and their families in any other way.
Then there was concern about would families feel put off because someone had recognized that they needed something, and there was none of that. It was a lot of appreciation that someone had thought of something for them. Everybody's valued in the process, and no one gets in a position that makes them feel like, gosh, I'm not sure that I should be receiving this, or I don't know what to think about this, and really trying to put it forward in a really positive tone.
So we were met with very generous offers from a lot of local businesses, especially here in our Laurel community. Our community has always been incredibly generous.
A lot of people are very helpful. They're surprised at what we're doing. Some companies know what we're doing, but a lot of them that don't know, they're kind of surprised, and they're very helpful. And they're like, yeah, we'll donate and help us out.
The donations from the businesses in our community have increased in the few years that we've been able to run our Winter Wishes program.
And so students come out of the assembly, they go and they get a card that says either Happy Holidays or enjoy the break, and for some that's enough, and they might have a coffee card or something that just to recognize them. And then other students would have a little slip that says, hey, there's something in the office for you, so they'd come in and see Mrs. Erickson, and they could have a jacket, or they could have shoes, or they could have a gas card.
Winter Wishes program can just lead on to just a sense of community and care for everybody in the school.
You can't replicate that, and the feeling that our students have for each other and how they interact with each other.
So Winter Wishes really is a group effort. We all put in a lot of time into it in all the different aspects of it, whether going out and getting donations or decorating like I've been doing, making the day of assembly fun for people. But we all come together to put together this event, and it's really rewarding to know that we might not know who the gifts are going to, but to know that they're going to someone who needs them and deserves them, and it's going to make their holiday season a little better.
The remainder of the school year, people are always thinking, how can I help? What can I do next year? What can I wish? I think it really just uplifts the spirit here at Meridian.
now that we've done it a few times, students, I've just heard talk, well, I still have my jacket, or I still wear my shoes from last year. I wouldn't want to go anywhere else because they look out for me here.
It's really just a way to include people that aren't normally included into the majority of the school atmosphere.
I think that when you know there's someone out there who's wanting you to succeed, and more than just telling you that, actually giving you something to help you succeed.
There is a lot of appreciation and a lot of satisfaction in being a part of a community where their needs are being sought after. This is something that our students created for themselves that they're going to continue to funnel more into, and so it's something they own, and that's worth a lot.